Clement of Alexandria, Protrepticon to the Greeks, Episode 3. Ekoim an soi kai alon tutois adelphon diegesasthai muthon kai odon eunomon ton lokron kai tetega ton puthikon paneguris hellenike epi necro draconti synecroteta puthoi epitaphion herpetu adontos eunomu. Clement continues talking about famous musicians and storytellers and poets of Greek history and legend. Ekoimon, he says, I could tell you. Notice the addressee here is considered singular. Ekoim is first singular, and it is present optative and active. With on, it is what is known as a potential optative. It's an independent optative that is not subordinated to another verb. Also note that the verb echo, when used with infinitive, means to be able. It is the equivalent of possum in Latin. So I would be able, diegesasthai. Now what kind of an infinitive is this? This is an aorist, as you can tell from the sigma alpha, and it is middle because it's built on the third principal part. And this is a middle or passive ending, third principal part, only middle. It's from the verb diegeomai, which means to recount or explain. So he says, I could to you, also another one, a brother to these, tell. He's also a muthon, that is a musician or a storyteller, and a singer, namely Eunomos, the Locrian, and Tetiga, the grasshopper, namely the Pythian or the Pythician grasshopper, of which I have provided you an image here. Tetiga here is a third declension noun from tetix. It's a type of grasshopper, and of course the stem ends in a gamma, tetix, tetigas, and gos, and this is the accusative, just as eunomos, and it is in apposition with alon adelphon. The sentence continues, the selection continues with this next sentence, paneguris hellenike. So a panegyric, which means a general assembly or a festival, a Greek one in particular. Here's the noun, hellenike, the adjective. It was held, synecroteto. You see here the prefix, then the augment, and then the ending. This is, as you can tell by the contraction, this is a contract verb. It's in fact an epsilon contract. Synkroteo is the lexical entry. That's a new, sorry about that, is the lexical entry, and this is a passive, imperfect, third singular, indicative. A Greek national assembly was being held epi necro draconti, for the dead snake, the dead dragon. And of course this is the famous Pythia, which Apollo slew at Delphi, and over whose ruins he then set up the oracle. This is the stuff of legend. The masculine noun here is draconti in the dative, modified by necro. The paneguris was held over the dead creature, either snake, dragon, lizard, and it was held at Pytho. There's the locative. And eunomos in the genitive, it's a genitive absolute, adontos eunomu. Eunomus or eunomus was singing the epitaphion, the funerary dirge, or the hymn in honor of the herpetu, the four-legged creature is what herpetu means, and it refers obviously to the draconti. So while we often think of draconti as a snake, herpetu indicates that Clement at least considers it more like a dragon or lizard.